Hello again, this is UML Operator. All right, today we're going to summarize our previous session on RAS check dependency. With the knowledge we now have, I want to talk about when and what we should use RAS for. We touched on package dependency import and normative. We demoed and talked about complete versus normative check dependency methods being the same for the most part. However, my concern is that some modelers are still confused or conflicted on when to use either of the check dependency selections. So we're going to break things down a little more and talk about one or more modelers using RAS to version and share their model packages for consumption by other Sparx instances, as well as their offline instance. In the previous session, we started with package dependency import. And this deals with the package that you're registering and the focus on connectors from that package if there are external packages, whether that's B, C, or multiple other packages. So the registration of the packages that you see in RAS are only related to that package and those connections. Now in RAS, under the Contents tab, you may not see the other packages. You only see the package that you had imported or registered in RAS. So when we go to import package A and its contents, class 1 and 2, into our project, we just see the class 1 and 2 that were registered in RAS. You also have registered in RAS the connectors from the class 1 and class 2 to whatever the external references are. So these external references will show up because they have the GUIDs for these elements in RAS that were registered as part of this particular package. So they don't show up here because they're not in RAS, all right? If they were in the project with the GUIDs, they would show up. So that's package dependency import. The difference between normative and package dependency import, here we're going to use normative, it takes into account packages that are external. You saw in package dependency import, we did not get this feature in here. If you select use the latest version, it will use the latest version that's in RAS. And I've had you make sure this is checked because you want to use the latest version that whoever the owner is of that external package, they're maintaining it in RAS. However, if you uncheck this and you hit OK, you get an opportunity to register in RAS the external package that's relevant to package A. In this case, it'd be package B scope. So let's go ahead, because this is versioned at 1.0. Let's be safe here. Version this at 0.5. Let's just pick that. We're going to say this is normative, and bring that in. So now both of them, as soon as I hit OK, register, it sees that using normative that there's an external reference to package C. And again, if you leave this checked, you would use this version of package C, and instead of a package that you may have been working on yourself. If you uncheck this, then hit OK, you get an opportunity to register package C as well in here. And let's do the same thing, 5, normative, and let's go ahead and hit register. All right, so let's see here, set the version. It says we didn't set something. Let's go up and check. We didn't set this one. Let's just make this one 0.6, since the last one we looked at was 0.5, and we're using normative. So thank you for checking that, Sparx. And now let's hit register. Yes, now we're ready to register. status is ready across all of them. And now what you see is a version 6.06 of application A. We see a version 0.5 of package B, and we see a version 0.5 for use cases, package C. So now when the project that you want to import from RAS is loaded and you select package A, applications in this case, we're going to select import and we're going to hit yes. It went through, grabbed all of its dependent packages in A using normative that were in RAS. So we have, of course, applications. Now we see the content from package B populated as we didn't see in package dependency import. There's B, which also has the use cases from package C, and then of course use cases. So using normative, we brought in all the dependent packages that were in RAS at the linked dependent versions, brought those in to our target project, import. As for a complete dependency check, when we go to register and we select complete, it does the same thing that normative does. It's going to check, say, hey, you've got a dependency to an external package, in this case, B scope. You have an opportunity to use the latest in the registry, or if you unselect this, you have an opportunity now to version it yourself. And the same thing that's going to happen when you do this, because we're going to use complete here, it sees a external reference to package C, in this case, use cases. You can check and use registry. You can uncheck and version yourself. We're going to go ahead and uncheck, and you can version it yourself using complete, normative, or package dependency. If package C had external references, D, E, F, whatever the other packages are, it would run through the same premise. Importing as complete, we go to our target project. We're going to select import from here. We're going to bring in package and dependencies. And here again, just like in normative, it brought in A, brought in B, and it brought in C. There are no differences between normative and complete, except for that when we registered, complete looks at things that are outside of it, any element that's relevant to the target registered package, attribute, operations, operation parameters, diagram, or connectors, or even their tag values that references elements to those external packages. So that's the only difference between complete and normative registration. And you can see that the experience during import is bringing from RAS what was configured during registration for that particular package version. So when would you use one of the check dependency methods that you see here, package dependency, normative, or complete? When would you use which one? The main answer is when you want to keep your registrations separate from each other. If you've got a modeler working on application package A, and you have another modeler working on package B scope, and yet another modeler or stakeholder working on package C use cases, they're going to be registering when they're ready to register what version in RAS. So package dependency import only focuses on the package that is being registered and its connections from to other external packages, all right? Package B does the same thing. If you're using package dependency import, it's only going to focus on package B and its external connectors, as you saw during the demonstrations. And again, the same thing goes for C. If you're using normative, it will ask you if you want to use the latest version that was checked in or registered in RAS. You saw it ask if you wanted to do that. That's normative. And then if there were external packages to see, it would ask you if you wanted to use the latest version there. you have an opportunity to register your own version out of the project model, but I don't recommend doing that when you have individual modelers. All right. And then complete goes a little deeper. We'll cover it more advanced when you're getting into attributes, operations, tag values, and other element metadata that is connected to external sources. Then you would use complete. Otherwise, there's really no difference, as I've said several times, between complete or normative registrations. If you're still confused or conflicted with what's been demonstrated here, please let us know in comments down below, and we'll try to respond to those with additional videos and content, whether it's in this channel or it's exposed out on our blog or website. Thanks very much for watching, and until our next session, happy modeling!